Hi everyone, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and welcome to Adventures in Groceryland Week 10 meals. Last week was the week leading up to Christmas, so it was some pretty hectic scheduling. We were very busy. I managed to document as much of our meals as I could, and there's actually one day that I couldn't even remember what we had for lunch. That's pretty bad. I didn't do any videos when I was in other homes owned by other people. I just thought that that was courteous, but I did take some still snaps of some of the food that we ate, so I have those to post. And check out the meals. We were able to introduce a lot of the treats that I have been accumulating over the last several weeks. I hope you enjoy. So we decided for the first night this week, we were going to do a pub night. We have the wings in, and I merged in the lemon pepper, so they are coated in lemon pepper. That's very exciting. We are going to do our version of deep fried pepperoni. Secret, you don't have to deep fry it. There's so much fat in actual pepperoni that you can cut it up like this and put it in the microwave for a little bit, and it crisps up just like if you were at a pub and you were getting deep fried pepperoni. And then these little I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, arancini, they're Italian risotto balls. I thought that these were like little teeny toothpick meatball size appetizers. So this was quite a surprise when we opened them up. Just how big they were. That's huge. So we were gonna have some of these. We just put 2 in the oven, so 1 for each of us. They're much larger than what we expected. Really looking forward to it. For $1.94, and on the back here it was like a staple in Italian cuisine. These delicious, don't know how to pronounce it, balls of savory risotto and 4 cheese filling of provolone, grana padano, PDO, never heard of it, pecorino, never heard of it, and fontal, also never heard of it. So very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it, and we have 2 in the oven, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still here, and this one is 6. So there was 8 balls total in there for $1.94. That's an amazing buy. I think I'm going to share that to my friends. Okay, we have wings with lemon pepper. We have deep fried pepperoni, and that was just in the microwave for 3 minutes. And then we have 2 of the risotto balls, and we have honey and mustard to dip with, and some of the barbecue sauce to dip the wings in. I was unsure of what we were going to have for lunch tomorrow. I decided to make egg bites. So there's 2 eggs here. I added in tomato, mushroom, pepper, jalapeno, and I am going to add some cheese in once I pour it into here. They turned out pretty good. I also used a couple pieces of the cold cuts that I had cut up and put in the freezer in my little pizza pack, just for a little extra in them. And I put a couple pieces of cheese on top. Today's Tuesday, and you know what that means. That's right. Taco Tuesday. These are leftovers from last week. So when I made the taco mix last week, I immediately put some in a freezer container and popped it in the freezer so that we would have some for this week as well. These are the rest of the taco shells. Yay, we have sour cream this week, and it's lactose free, so double yay. We have tomatoes, lettuce, some grated cheese, and I was going to grate that whole amount, and then I stopped and set that little cube to the side. I'm probably going to put that back in the fridge because we have leftover ooey gooey queso. Oh, it's so good, and it's nice and spicy. Very excited to have that on tacos. Yay, it's a good day. Do you ever not know exactly what you're doing? That happens to me sometimes. This is one of those times. I'm not sure what we're having for lunch tomorrow. I'm going to need lunches tomorrow, lunches for Thursday, probably not Friday because that might be like the starting of Christmas Eve might be starting early. We'll probably wait to eat a late lunch with my family. But I don't have anything. But this is what I have for leftovers. This is taco leftovers. This is sloppy joe leftovers. That's the queso leftovers. I have this tomato that needs to be used up. I have a half of a can of tomato paste. I have this half of a fennel. It's been hanging on for a long time. This pepper's getting best before. So I was thinking, like, should I make a soup? We're probably going to be having turkey soup or ham soup after Christmas. So maybe stay clear of soup this week. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try to turn this into a pasta sauce, some kind of a pasta sauce. I dug out the mushrooms. I brought out an onion. I'm not sure what else is in the fridge that I can dig around and try to find. But if I can make some kind of a pasta sauce that we can get lunches for the next 2 days and use up all of this stuff, I think that will be worth it. I've never actually made pasta sauce with pre-flavored meats, especially 2 different kinds. I'm sure it'll probably be fine. I've got lots of spices that I can add into it. So in the pot I've got mushrooms, the onion, the rest of that orange pepper, some of the fennel, both the taco and the sloppy joe, and I put in the pasta sauce. I didn't put in any tomato paste, and it seemed incredibly thick, so I added a bit of water, and now it seems like maybe I added too much water. I haven't got any spices in yet. I am going to put in some of the red garlic that we transitioned in. This is the last of my Italian seasoning, and I think I'm going to use it all. This is summer savory, and I'm going to use a substantial amount of that as well. And then these are those green tomatoes that I rescued from the garden and then dehydrated. I think I want to try to get some of those in somehow. And then, like, because they're really big, I'm not going to throw those big chunks in. They need to be broken up. I don't know if you grind it up. I'm not sure, but somehow I'm going to put some of those in there. And then I processed the rest of the fennel and the rest of my mushrooms. They were getting, like, they really needed to be used up, and I'm just going to pop them in the freezer. And then when I get a chance, I've got a green pepper in the fridge that really needs to be processed as well, and they can all go together, and that's great for some kind of future pasta sauce. There was definitely enough sauce to make spaghetti lunches for 2 days, maybe even more, and this is our lunch for today. We're going to have breakfast for supper tonight. We are going to have some of these hash browns. They're little hash browns, taters. There's only 2 sausages left, and so we are each going to have 3 eggs. We're both hungry tonight. There's a bagel each in the fridge, and I think that there might be a couple slices of toast left, or bread left for toast, so we can figure that out when we make it. Hash browns, cheese sausages, eggs, and a piece of toast each. This is the second lunch of my creative pasta sauce, and included the tacos and the sloppy joes and all the leftovers. So we're going to get this for our lunch tomorrow, and I actually had enough to package up for a freezer bag. This will be definitely enough for a meal or a couple lunches in the future. Okay, I'm going to be spending the next little bit of time making 3 different dips for Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow night. Very excited. I don't want to spend my time cooking tomorrow night. I want to socialize with my family, and so I'm going to make the roasted garlic parmesan tonight, the crab dip tonight, and I'm also making a ranch dip tonight, hot ranch dip. These 2, I'll just make them and prepare them, and they'll be heated tomorrow night. This one is a dip served cold, and so I'll make that, and it'll just be ready to go. We'll heat these ones up when we get to my sister's. Now, I'm transitioning in one bonus spice this week, so I hope everybody forgives me. I made a mistake when I transitioned in the first 2. I wasn't thinking that I was going to need the creamy ranch for the dip that I wanted to make. So I'm sorry, everyone. I hope you forgive me, but it's a special week. It's Christmas, and I told my entire family I was making hot ranch dip, and they're looking forward to it, so I can't let everybody down. I'll show you what the final products look like. Okay, for the crab dip, we just have the imitation crab meat, and I forgot to add in my other video that I forgot to buy this, and I had to use my fast fuel coupons at Sobeys to get this imitation crab meat that I needed for my crab dip. We're going to put it in this grinder, we're going to chop it all up nice and fine, and then it's going to go in with this hell of a good dip, super simple and very tasty. And here are the dips that I made. This is the crab dip. This is the Parmesan dip, and this is the ranch dip. These two will be heated tomorrow. And I'm going to 2 family functions. One tomorrow night where appetizers are the meal, so big amounts. And then I'm going to another family function on Christmas Day. There is going to be a supper, so I just have a little bit of each of the Parmesan and the ranch dip set aside so that we can have just a little taste of them. Looking forward to it. I did sample a little bit. All right, this is what I was able to salvage from that avocado. I'm going to try to dry it. I'm sure I can use dried avocado in something. So Christmas Eve day, I decided I wanted to spend the rest of the PC Optimum points I had, the $20 worth of points, on getting some veggies and making a veggie tray. So I went to Superstore and I was able to get the peas, the tomatoes, broccoli, celery, cucumber, carrots, and some black olives. I'd already bought green olives. And when I was in there, I didn't really have broccoli on my agenda for the tray, but when I was in the little bagged salad section, I noticed that the broccoli was marked down to 50 cents, like 50 cents, 0.50. And they also had these 50% off stickers on them. Also, there was a bunch of salad kits, same thing, marked down to 50 cents, 0.50, with 50% off stickers on them. So for my $20, I got all of this. These bags were 25 cents. I spent slightly over the $20. I had to spend about $1. I'm going to say approximately $1.50 over the $20. And so I'm going to include that in my next week's budget. I probably would have been okay, just maybe slightly over if I didn't get those 4 bags, but for 25 cents each, I couldn't leave them there. So I spent my points. Actually, I almost have another $10 free, and I'm waiting to see if anything processes over the Christmas weekend, anything that I've been doing that would bump me up to the $10 amount. I must have been buying some items that had points attached to them. So yeah, I've spent the points I have. I almost have another $10 free, and I got this stuff for Christmas Eve. And just put the ham in. We'll cook it very low overnight, and it'll be ready to go in the morning. I didn't do a lot of documenting of the meals that we had when we were at other houses having family dinners, but these are 2 meals that were made up for family members that weren't present on Christmas supper. So this is what we had for Christmas supper. We had turkey, dressing, peas, carrots, squash, potatoes, and gravy. So I thought I would just share. We are having for lunch today just a bunch of leftovers that we have scrounged from all of the meals and the places and the things that we did the week of Christmas. Some leftovers that I salvaged from our Friday night family gathering. So there was dips left over and crackers, some veggies, and these are 2 of those little risotto balls that I had. We had a great week, and there's lots of food left over, leftovers. This is filled with ham. It does have the ham bone in it as well, and all of the fat from the ham. This is broth from when I cooked the ham. This is leftover gravy. Here is the two dips that I made. The leftovers, I merged both of them together into the same container. Plus, I still have a little bit here and here. This still has a little bit of sweet treats left in it. We have a bit of the pepperoni left, a dozen eggs, and a package of bacon. These are some of the items that I redeemed points for at the very last minute. The peas, cucumber, carrots, celery, tomatoes, this can of olives back here for the little family night that we had on Christmas Eve. All kinds of condiments here. So you've got ketchup, mustard, Dijon mustard, mayo, Cheese Whiz, soy sauce. We have teriyaki and honey garlic. We have salsa, and underneath in the back we have maple syrup, and we have barbecue sauce. We have two different kinds of olives. We have dilled carrots, a half of a can of tomato paste, and I'm probably going to end up freezing that. I don't think I'm going to use that this week, so I'll probably freeze that in a couple really small packages. We have 1 green pepper, 1.5 tomato, some carrots, a very teeny small amount of lettuce. I bought that cabbage intending to use it right away, and I still haven't used it yet. 1 sweet potato. The leftover, I guess, processed cheese. In this bag is the leftover clementines, garlic, lime juice, still 2 bagels left. The cream is left. So we are actually going to have the chowder. We're going to make the chowder this week, the week after Christmas, and it's probably going to be on New Year's Eve. We haven't 100% decided, but I think that that's what the plan is leaning towards. We still have butter, yogurt, sour cream. In the back, those are the jalapenos. All the fresh food. We're still doing really well. The fridge is getting jammed up again, so I've got to cook some of this stuff. We've got to eat some of this stuff, so we are going to be eating leftovers for a while. The freezer is absolutely, totally out of control again. I can't find anything in it. I am constantly reorganizing it. And when I just went to take everything out to take this video, I noticed a lot of frost, like on the outside of things. It wasn't closed properly at some point because there's just so much stuff in it. So meat over here, a little bit of broth and a little bit of broth, and then our leftover Italian risotto balls. Shrimp, hot dogs, bear meat, meatballs, a pizza pack, ground beef, and then this, I packaged up the most recent pack of ground beef that I had in a little bit of a unique way that I've never done before. I don't know if you can tell. Those are 2 separate things inside of there. So it was about 1.5 pounds. So I packaged 1 pound here together, and then instead of doing a ½ pound, I tried to get it in there separately so that if I want to just take out 1/4 pound, I can. And that might be for like on top of some nachos, or for on a pizza, or for something where like you simply don't even need a ½ pound. Sausages, that leftover ground pork, the scallops, the haddock, pork chops, pork strips, chicken breast, the mussels. Once I make the chowder, a lot of this stuff is going to be out of there, so that will be good. For veggies, we have mixed veggies, broccoli florets, corn, beans, more corn, spinach, a fajita pack, leftover tater tots. For veggie, or for fruit, I have the raspberries. It was ½ pack of blueberries. I have the apples over here. I have the packages done up for the Morning Glory muffins. I have beet greens, green beans, kidney beans and black beans. I have the scrap bags for making broth, the lobster, and I forgot to bring out the avocados when I took the video of the fridge stuff, so I just put it in with this. We still have some chicken strips left over, and we have egg rolls left over. So this definitely needs, I don't know what we're gonna do. Obviously, this next week's grocery shop is already done, but perhaps the week after that, we might start doing a purge and doing even very minimal at the store, and just trying to live from the supplies that we already have and just get some of this food eaten down. Also, the fennel and the mushrooms that I processed for the freezer. All the dry goods left over, half a pack of nachos, still a bag of Doritos, rice, in the bottom there that is oatmeal, popcorn, spices, honey, 2 things of honey, and all the different spices that we have, dried cranberries, the dried green tomatoes, 1 dip package left, and pasta sauce, the clams, icing sugar, brown sugar, diced tomatoes, evaporated milk, still peanut butter left, beef broth. In the back is the olive oil. I've got the crackers stored here in these 2 containers so they don't go stale. Leftover lasagna noodles, still some spaghetti left, flour on the bottom. This is fusilli. There's some macaroni noodles left in here. Still some red potatoes. This is the coarse sugar, the Rice Krispies, and the pumpkin, and we still have the 2 squashes and the 2 long squash and the green squash, and I'm not sure quite where they are right now. Here's the squash. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that watching me accumulate different ingredients over the course of a couple weeks might have inspired you to do the same thing. Just because there's a special treat that you want doesn't mean that you have to blow your whole week's budget or half your whole week's budget. You can always source the ingredients that you need over a longer period, and that helps to spread out the spending so that you can still enjoy some of those special things that you want. I really enjoyed the stuff that we were able to have over Christmas. I like dips. I like veggie trays. Sometimes the cost of those things make it prohibitive when it's just like a random idea that you have spur of the moment. But if you stock your pantry and you have the ingredients on hand because you bought them on sale, it makes it a lot easier to kind of do those spur of the moment things. One thing that I just wanted to point out, I've been pretty frugal, and I bought some cream cheese early in the weeks, maybe week 2. And I think I paid $2 for it. It was no name brand cream cheese. And we used half of it and we're saving the other half. And when I used the half, I thought it was quite oily, quite greasy. And I used half of it in the ranch dip that I made. I used up the other half. And there was so much, once we heated it, there was so much oils released that I've decided that even though that kind goes on for the best price most regularly, I'm not going to buy it again because I just don't like how it turns out in the recipes. I much prefer, of course, the lactose free, but I just prefer a product that's not so oily or not so greasy. And so sometimes you get a better value when you pay a little bit more and you get a better product. So there is that. If you liked the videos, I hope you hit that subscribe button. And I love the comments. Let me know what you think about our Christmas week. Thanks so much.